Hello my friends, and welcome back to another Brotato Danger 5 Genetically Modified Overkill run. Hope you're all doing well. Today, we are in the interim period between the beta for the DLC and the launch of the DLC. So we're back to checking out this awesome mod and creating maximum chaos by combining 3 characters into one. What we're going to do is maximize weapon tags. The Vagabond, one of the new characters from the free update, will gain the full benefits of any weapon tag that it has even one weapon for, and the baby will let us continuously add more weapon slots so we can equip every weapon in the game. This will let us get the full benefits of all 15 of the available weapon tags in the game, although one of those is legendary, so that's going to be not a benefit so much as an enormous penalty, but we're definitely going to grab it. So we're going to combine the Vagabond, the baby, and just to make sure we have the money to consistently roll for more weapons, I'm going to throw in the Loud here. Just because the Loud will improve our economy and make sure that we have the income and XP gain to make sure that we're maximizing our weapon tags. We're going to start with the Cacti Club, I think, because it gives us both primitive and heavy tags right away, and it's just a good wave 1 weapon, so it should help us out as well for that. One thing that's kind of cool, and kudos to the developers on this, I think they do a pretty good job of listening to community feedback, is that since I last played it, the baby received a change, and that change is actually one that I suggested in the Discord. So now we are guaranteed to see a weapon in every shop, which I think makes the baby a lot more playable, because since you can't really roll for early weapons with this character, being able to guarantee that you see weapons in every shop means you'll still be able to fill out your weapon set. Alright, this is great. So we get a support weapon, which is awesome, and we get primitive and medieval from the quarterstaff. So that's only one new weapon tag, but we're just going to pick up the medieval weapon tag. And now we've got primitive at 2, heavy at 2, and medieval at 2, because they key off the number of weapons that you have. Then I'm going to just buy these 2 items. When you're playing the baby, you just want to buy good items in the early waves. And I think we can get away with the alien worm as well. Obviously, consumable heals going to be very important later on. But for now, this just gives us some bonus max HP and will help us heal up from having bought the weird ghost. Gonna lock the propeller hat and then go to the next wave. Almost walked into that enemy there. Having to play a little bit careful here, just because I took one hit there, but because we started with weird ghosts. But we're still able to generate a pretty decent amount of income this wave. And then we didn't get a new weapon slot, unfortunately. Unarmed and precise, we don't have either of those, so we're definitely going to lock the claw. And we will be able to use elemental damage pretty well, so I'm going to go with scared sausage also. That's really more for fun than anything else, but I think it will be fun, so I'm pretty happy to grab it. Let's take a look at our characters as well. So the baby needs more XP to level up, which is part of why I threw in the Loud, just so we get a little more money every wave. Starts with harvesting, which the Loud is going to decrease, and the Vagabond also decreases our harvesting modifications, and our luck modifications as well, but I think it's still worth buying luck for this character, not because it's a good stat on us, because it's not. We don't benefit from increased level ups, and because we're the baby and we get less of it because we're the Vagabond, but because we need to roll high-level weapons in order to get some of the later game weapon tags. Here I'm going to... I think we want all of these items, but I don't know if I want to lock any of them. I think we'll just go to the next wave. I'm really looking for XP gain items more than anything else, but also we just want to continuously find economy so that we can level up. We will also get a ton of free stat from our weapon tags, of course. So as long as we are able to just stay alive and continuously level, find new weapons for the weapon tags, we'll be getting a lot of free stats overall. Some really important weapon tags when you're playing the Vagabond are unarmed, which gives you 15 dodge, and ethereal, which gives you 30 dodge. So that gives you a ton of defensive stats right from the start and can help out a lot. So Claw gives us unarmed, it's going to boost our dodge right back to positive, and Pruner gives us a ton of harvesting. Do I buy these 2 items? We've got 4 weapons. I think I will buy both of these just for the free reroll. And then we can upgrade our quarterstaff, why not? Get an ethereal weapon, which is great. And black belt, although it does cost me luck, is bonus XP gain, which is going to get us to maximize our weapon tags as quickly as possible. So we're already up to, I want to say, 6 weapon tags. No, 5, because we've got 2 primitive weapons. We have support, medieval, primitive, heavy, unarmed, and precise. So we have 6 currently of the 15 that we need. Obviously, we're going to need to find elemental, explosive, and gun, which are going to be some of the harder ones to get because we're currently all ranged weapons, or all melee weapons, and those are typically on ranged weapons. So we will need to get a little lucky to roll into those. Definitely going to buy this, and then take the black belt. We're just going to buy all of these items, so this gives us even more dodge. We do have -7 armor because of the -5 starting armor that the Vagabond gets, but we should hopefully be able to offset that if we could find a blunt weapon or something. I'm going to keep buying these items, and then I will buy the Ghost Flint. Torch gives us elemental. This is another primitive weapon. I'll probably end up swapping out some of these as we get weapons that have better combinations of tags, but I do just want to maximize the weapon tags that we get and just see how many stats we can get from these. More luck or a peaceful bee. I actually could end up on positive harvesting even with the harvesting modification reduction and the harvesting loss from the loud, but I think I'm just going to go with the lost duck here because bonus luck will help us in our next shops as well. Again, we're buying this at 50% rate, but this character is strong enough. We get enough free stats from our weapon tags. Seems like the police are here to arrest me. I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but we're committing crimes against Brotato here. And there's a lot of sirens. Which is very distracting for me, though probably doesn't come through on the microphone. But because we get enough free stats from our weapon tags, we're going to go a little bit greedy in terms of what we actually buy to maximize the theme of this run, which is to get the most free weapon tag stats possible, more than to play in the most optimal way to win the run, because I mean, we might still lose. I never underestimate how bad I can sometimes be at these games, but I'm hoping that we don't. I'm just going to buy out this whole shop. We will end up with a bunch of engineering from the tool weapon tag. Stick we don't need, that's primitive. Precise and elemental we don't need, because we have both of them. I guess I'll upgrade the pruner, and then I will roll here. Claw, of course, is a level 2 claw, and so we can upgrade that. And then let's go ahead and buy the Cacti Club upgrade as well. I'm gonna lock the blindfold. We already have a book, so if we find fairy, then we've already got one, so I'm not gonna spend 13 on it. If it gave us a free reroll, I might, just because the engineering might come in handy later on, but for now I think we're okay. Getting maximum crate here. So the torch is our only elemental weapon right now. It's also just our 6th weapon, which maximizes the value of all our weapon tags. So right now we're getting the full value of every single weapon tag. So our dodge is getting a huge boost because of the ethereal and unarmed weapon tags. We've got increased dodge from the medieval weapon tag as well. So we should be like pretty near dodge cap already, which is one of the awesome things about the Vagabond, is how quickly you can reach dodge cap. Yeah, we're at 50 dodge. I'll take the charcoal here. Definitely use both of these stats, and we'll take more weapon slots. Here's our first gun weapon, so we'll definitely take the pistol. Obviously, we would prefer to have a better weapon than this for our gun, but, you know, if this is what shows up, then we'll take it. And we'll take the blindfold and wheelbarrow. We're actually at 21 harvesting, so we've got increased harvesting growth, although because our harvesting modifications are reduced, we won't see that harvesting growth increase anyways. And we're losing harvesting every round. Shuriken's precise, we could take that over the claw. I think I'm going to go with laser gun over pistol. Actually, maybe I'll just buy both, and we'll just go up to 8 weapons for now. And buy this level 2 pistol. I do want to make sure I've got enough weapons to actually kill things, because of course it's possible that we can lose the run, even though I'm feeling optimistic given how many free stats we've got, and it's already only wave 6. Going all the way up to dodge cap already. I definitely will need some... we don't need to lock the laser gun, but I will buy the lens because our ranged damage is quite low. I'm definitely going to need some armor. -8 armor is really, really dangerous, so we're really hoping to find a blunt weapon soon. That would give us a ton of armor boosts. We've already got one medieval weapon. But between the Vagabond armor penalty and the ethereal weapon penalties, we're going to have a lot of trouble getting to positive armor. So that can be pretty difficult. Certainly possible to lose if we get just like one tapped by an elite as a result of having very low armor. And while our damage output is good, it's not as high as it could be because a lot of we don't have yet the like blade weapon tag that increases our melee damage or anything like that. So our damage output's not quite as high as you might see from a fully kitted out version of this character. And that, of course, that's what we hope to get to. Take this, this, and this, and roll. Medical gun gives us our first medical weapon. And then I guess I won't sell out of the laser gun. I don't need the laser gun anymore because we've already got gun from the medical gun, which we'll probably end up keeping. I will take the torch, though, to upgrade that to level 3. And we will take the leather vest as well. That gives me 2 armor. We don't need the dodge, but our armor being negative is so dangerous that we definitely want to boost that up as soon as we can. A level 2 Ghost Flint upgrade, we'll definitely take that. We are actually gaining some attack speed, which is one of the stats that we won't be getting for free from our weapon tag. There's no weapon set that gives attack speed, so the fact that our ethereal weapon is a Ghost Flint is actually quite helpful to us, because it's going to give us a bunch of extra attack speed, a stat that we'd otherwise have to buy. And we don't buy stats here, we just find them on the ground. I'm going to take the hunting trophy. Our crit chance is good, of course, and lure is excellent as always. We can afford to lose 2 dodge, because we're over dodge cap already, and the acid will just help us not die. So I'm just going to lock all of those items. I'm probably going to take this run, because it's a pretty quick run with a goofy premise. We'll probably take it like 10 levels into endless mode just to see if we can actually get all 15 weapon tags, because the legendary weapon tag is usually pretty elusive. And that's, of course, part of why I wanted to build luck early, to make sure that we can try to get the legendary weapon tag by spawning level 4 weapons. Or spawning level 4 items in the shop. Definitely looking for the blade weapon tag. I think that's actually the one that we're missing the most right now, because a bunch of base melee damage would go a long way towards increasing our damage output. And it gives you life steal as well, which can help us heal, especially because we have a lot of weapons. Campfire, I will take that. We've got 8% speed already, and we do need some healing, so I will pick that up. I guess I'll take 8 harvesting from the wheelbarrow, and then we'll take, of course, some more weapon slots. Leveled up claw, definitely a reasonable option for us. I mean, we're the baby, so our items are so cheap that we can just afford to buy most of the things that we see. And then definitely a scar and a lure here. Precise and medieval we already have both of, because we've got claw for precise and quarterstaff for medieval. I will want explosion size, because we will eventually get an explosive weapon. So I don't think we need the crossbow. I could buy it, but I think we will pass on that. I'd like to buy weapons that are actively going to increase my damage output. I have to say, it feels good to be fighting Wave 9 again. Love Wave 9, and playing the DLC without this easy farming wave has definitely made me really appreciate these little guys charging into my attacks much more than I did before. And I already appreciated them quite a lot. Having this much dodge at this point in the game is sort of a cheat code. The enemies just can't hurt us. Nothing does enough damage that we don't just heal it up. Almost immediately from our consumable heal and everything. Also, we're generating an awful lot of crates already, even with not that much luck, but we're the loud, so there's just a lot of enemies on the field. I'll take the banner for sure. We definitely want attack speed, and the range is not bad. Bag, of course, is excellent. I wish we'd had it before this wave. It would have been worth so much money. And then we do want to boost our base damage, because these are the stats that we need the most in order to increase our wave clear, is the base damage stats. So we'll take that. I don't actually know how this interacts with the Vagabond's 50% reduction to harvesting the crown, but I'm going to pick that one up. And then our consumable heal is currently at 0, but our regen's not bad. I think we can afford another alien worm, so we're going to grab that. It looks like we will hopefully be able to get to level 24 with the baby, where we start getting stats. Here's our first tool. So we are almost done, right? We've got, let's see, we have 1, 2, primitive medieval, support, heavy, that's 4, gun is 5, medical is 6, elemental is 7, ethereal, unarmed, precise is 8, 9, 10, screwdriver, tool is 11. So we're missing 4 weapon tags. It's blade, blunt, legendary, and I'll know it when I see it. I don't remember which the last one we're missing is. Oh, explosive is the last one. Okay, so we're looking for blade, blunt, legendary, and explosive. Definitely going to take the honey here, and we will take the metal detector. Shuriken, I think, is just a good enough weapon to pick up. It scales with our melee damage, which is high, and we do get to just equip some weapons that we don't need for weapon tags, because we're going to have 24 weapons, and we can't equip multiple of the same weapon. So we're pretty happy to just buy good weapons that we see. The spiky shield, of course, gives us the blunt weapon tag, which also helps a lot for fixing our armor. It's going to decrease our speed, but it does get us up to -4 armor, which is great. I'll take the upgraded laser gun and the head injury and roll here. There's an explosive weapon, and it's a weapon that we've been hunting for on this channel for so long. Oh, Fireball. We finally found one, and it's a weapon we actually needed, so this is going to increase our explosion size. We will also take the medical gun and the lemonade, and the newly buffed padding, which I think is pretty cool. Gives you 3 HP, and then also gives you additional HP for every 80 materials you have. This is still not a super efficient way to buy max HP, but much more interesting than it used to be in its old form. We don't need fist or wand here, but I will take more explosive damage, and might as well grab the spicy sauce. And then Shredder we don't need either, but Scar and Charcoal can both help us out quite a bit. Alright, so we're looking for armor and movement speed, are basically the 2 stats we need the most. Lifesteal would be nice as well. And then we just found blunt and explosive, so we're just looking for blade and legendary weapons in order to complete the set of every single weapon tag in the game. Which should be giving us a truly staggering amount of free stats. I keep, because I've just been playing the DLC lately, I keep looking for, like, the curse aliens and stuff, being like, where are they? We need to get a cursed weapon. Oh no, I missed that loot alien, also. Should have been paying more attention. I'll take the little frog. The minus dodge is definitely painful, but we're already basically at dodge cap, so I think we will probably get back over dodge cap without too much difficulty. I'm not going to bother with the scissors. I don't think we need those. Lightning Shiv, though, this is just a good weapon that we can pick up, precise and elemental. And we can sell out of a couple of our redundant weapons if we find something that we need more. I'll take this and this, but not the statue. Potato Thrower is a support weapon, but we already have support, and this weapon is very bad. So we're going to pass on it. Take the injection, though, and roll. Yeah, I'll take Celery Tea. We are going into wave 11, not wave 12, and the elite shows up on wave 12, so we can just take additional XP gain. Our damage, I think, should be good enough to get us through this wave without too much difficulty. Take the Propeller Hat, and Alien Eyes will help us kill elites faster, so definitely like to do that. Tentacle, I'm certain I'm going to, at some point, miss one of the weapons that we're looking for, because I'm so used to ignoring weapons that aren't the ones we've already picked up. Very possible that I've skipped like a chopper or something for the blade weapon tag already. But blade is one of the rarest weapon tags and tends to be very hard to find in vanilla Brotato. So now we can get rid of the torch because we have primitive and elemental elsewhere. We can get rid of one of, I guess, both of our guns. We can get rid of the pistol and the laser gun because we've got gun from the medical tag. So we have a lot of weapons that we can afford to swap out without losing any tags if we find weapons we need more for their tags, or just really powerful weapons. I mean, obviously I'm going to pick up a nuke launcher or something if I see it, because that just sounds fun. We'll take another weapon slot and another weapon slot, and then, yep, we'll take both of these. I do need to boost my armor. I was taking a lot of damage that wave, so we're going to pass on the Gummy Berserker so that we can boost our armor. We will definitely take the duct tape here, and I think I will take the laser gun, because level 3 laser gun can help us kill the elite much faster. It's one of the highest DPS, it's, I think, the highest DPS weapon in the game. So it'll kill the elite much quicker for us. And then we can roll here. Another hunting trophy is awesome. And here's a blade weapon. We've got circular saw. This also gives us medical, so we could ditch the medical gun as well. Let's see what we roll into and make those decisions based on that. Bandana, sure, we could use some Pierce. Can always use some Pierce, and we'll take a wheelbarrow and a defective steroids. Because why not? The only thing, again, that we really need is more armor, which obviously I am reducing with the wheelbarrow, but, you know, this is a for fun run, so you're not going to catch me skipping harvesting when we're here to have fun. Killed the elite pretty quickly, because we have a lot of very souped up weapons. The blade weapon tag is actually huge for us, because it's a big pile of melee damage and lifesteal, so it gives us a lot of recovery power, and also increases our damage output pretty dramatically. Not usually a weapon tag that you see highly praised in Brotato, because the blade weapons at base themselves are pretty weak, except for sword, which I think is a quite good weapon. But the weapon tag itself is actually very good. It's like Elemental in that it's a weapon tag that gives you the damage type that those weapons use, which means that it really buffs up the types of weapons that you want to build with it, which, of course, is very powerful. It's always great when things have self-synergy. I'm going to take the Incendiary Turret, and yeah, more crit chance. Even more negative armor, because I guess that's just where we are right now. Take the Wheelbarrow here, and the Bandana. I will take Plant as well. Losing a lifesteal, I think, is worth building regeneration. Revolver is another good way to kill elites, but I think we could do better than that. I'm going to take another Bandana, though. Double Pierce just seems really fun to me. Rolling again. A level 4 Fist for an unarmed weapon. Honestly, I don't even know that this is particularly important to us. A level 4 weapon, of course, is nice, but is it that much better than our other weapons? I guess so. It does... yeah, I guess it does 128 damage, so we'll take the level 4 Fist. We'll take the muscly dude. I'm going to lock the Alien Tongue. Do I want the mutation? Probably. We should just buy all the base damage we can, because we have such a weird mixture of weapons. Alright, so we're just looking for a legendary weapon, and we should probably try to boost our max HP before we get one, because when we pick up a legendary weapon, that's going to decrease our health by 100, because it will count as each legendary weapon beyond the first reduces your health by 20. The Vagabond counts all of your weapon tags as being at level 6, so the legendary weapons are going to reduce our health by 100 when we pick them up. Only one, so if we happen to find 2 legendary weapons, we won't lose another 100 max HP, but we should probably try to get to enough max HP that the 100 max HP loss won't instantly end our run. If you do pick up more negative max HP than you have HP, it doesn't kill you. It'll just spawn you into the next wave at 1 HP. So we don't have to worry about that, but obviously we'd prefer to have more than 1 health. Buy both of these. The chopper, I mean, we've already got the circular saw, which is a pretty solid blade weapon. Chopper does give us +1 HP from consumables, which is actually kind of important. It's nice for our healing, so I could just pick it up for that. And it does decent damage. Yeah, let's go ahead and pick up the chopper. I think it's on the reasonable side for a weapon for us. Definitely taking the wings, because our movement speed is very, very low, so we need to buff it any way we can. Oh, I should have upgraded my medical gun. Kind of forgot I had that. The jousting lance also gives me 4% speed, so I'm going to buy some of the weapons that just give us extra stats themselves. I don't want the shackles, because I really don't want to cap my speed at 3. We can definitely increase that more. We'll buy this and roll. Upgrade our fireball. How's our fireball doing for damage? Actually staying pretty competitive with our other weapons, though. Shuriken, and I imagine or laser gun? Yeah, no, shuriken. Really just the shuriken is wildly outperforming everything else. Oh, the lightning shift's doing very well as well. That makes sense, of course, because those are the 2 bouncing weapons. We'll take this, I will take this, I will take this, because we need attack speed, and we will go fight the elite. Baby has the problem that your weapons are so far apart that you can't have multiple weapons, that some of them will just always not be hitting your target if you're using melee weapons, which is one reason we will probably try to shift some of our weapons at least over to ranged weapons. Maybe I should be grabbing the crossbow, but I like the XP gain from the quarterstaff, so I kind of wanted to keep that as my medieval weapon. We've seen crossbow a few times, and it is, of course, a ranged weapon that gives you the medieval weapon tag, which is why I was considering it. These early hunting trophies were, of course, super powerful and have generated us a ton of money, which obviously is even better because we are the loud as well. So there's so many enemies for us to critically hit. I'll take the anvil here, of course, although it's not going to do that much. Do I cap my max HP? You know what? If we get a legendary weapon and go to 1 HP and then die, that'll be very funny. So we're going to cap our max HP at 89. Here I will take this. This is a blunt and heavy weapon on the hammer, which is an interesting combo, but not one that we need. I think at this point we're basically just upgrading our existing weapons, and then buying weapons that give us new weapon tags if we see them, of course, and just like really high tier weapons that we happen to see. We'll take that, of course, and okay, a warrior helmet, that's huge. That's going to fix our armor problems a lot. We're almost at positive armor, and we get to go to a level 4 shuriken, which is pretty nice as well. I don't need to pay any attention to maximum HP at this point because my max HP is capped, and we are trying to decrease it to 1. So I don't really need to buy that much armor. I'd like to have some for the period between now and when we hopefully find a legendary weapon. Which obviously are not guaranteed every run, so I'm not going to guarantee that we get to a legendary this run, but after we're down to 1 HP, our armor will not matter at all, so we don't need to invest that heavily in armor, just helpful for the medium term. What we do need to find, of course, is tardigrades, because our character is going to be locked down to 1 HP. Not getting one shot definitely makes things easier. We'll take the charcoal here, and yep, we'll keep upgrading our weapon slots. I don't really need the hammer, I don't think. I will take the chopper, I'll take the baby gecko. I will roll. Okay, minigun we're definitely going to take. This is a heavy gun, which of course we have both tags for, but this is just a really solid weapon. And then we'll take the panda as well. The max HP isn't that useful, but I really want to increase my luck because we want to try to find legendary weapons. Another alien eyes, sure. This might be important if we end up going further into endless mode than I expect to, but actually I guess we're about to decrease our HP, so I should stop buying these alien eyes as well. I'm taking the pickup radius because we have had some trouble with leaving materials on the ground, so I'm just taking the pickup radius to sort of counteract that. And then, how badly do I want 3 melee damage? I think not that badly, so we're gonna pass here. The max HP, of course, on the muscly dude isn't that important, since we're HP capped, and are intending to reduce it anyways. I guess I don't actually know I guess we can probably build our HP back up after we pick up a legendary, because it'll reduce my max HP before, independent of the cap. It's not like we will have the cap decrease to 1. So we'll be able to get back up to 89 health. So I guess I can continue to buy some HP, at least to get to 189. As always with these wacky combos, trying to figure out exactly all the interactions is very interesting. Especially when it's something like a maxed out legendary weapon tag, which is something that never happens in a normal game. Unless you're doing very, very deep endless runs. Again, I don't want to cap my speed with the shackles. I will take this. Sword is a very good weapon for us. Blade and medieval are both weapon tags that we want, but also it's just a solid weapon, so I'm going to pick it up. We'll make hard decisions about what weapons to cut after I've sort of gone through and found just a bunch of good weapons as we go. We'll boost our armor here, and Ricochet is a bad choice usually if you're planning to go into endless mode, because the bouncing projectiles have a 50% damage loss, and that's unremovable. There's no pumpkin for bounce. But I also just really like Ricochet, so we're going to take it anyways. We're not planning on a deep enough endless mode run that that'll matter, but I do think it's worth mentioning because it can sometimes trick players if they are planning on going into endless. To take this item will decrease your damage output dramatically. Buy this, and sure, I'll take a piggy bank and save my money. The piggy bank won't be worth anything, but it pulls a unique out of the pool as we go into the next couple waves. This elite is running away too fast, so I can't focus my damage on it. Once I actually get in melee range, we're able to kill it. We have pretty good range on our melee weapons because we have the gun weapon tag giving us 50 extra range. But it's not as much as it could be, of course. I probably will buy more range as we go forward just because the baby really want weapon range, since, as you can see, so often we are in range for a couple of our weapons to attack, but not all of them. And you really want to be able to focus an elite down without having to stand directly inside of it for your weapons on the other side of your character to attack. Because they're so highly spaced apart, that can be difficult. I'm not going to take a second Ricochet. 1 bounce, I think, is enough for me. We'll take this, and I will recycle the Peaceful Bee, take the weapon slot. Guess we'll upgrade our Screwdriver. Take the Beanie and more damage. Here's some more armor. Celery Tea, I think, is pretty good going into Endless, because it will continuously give us extra XP gain. So we'll get extra levels from that. The explosive turret, of course, is awesome, as is the coffee. We can go to a level 4 torch, because why not? This will take us to a level 4 sword, which is great. We're starting to get a lot of level 4 weapons, because we've also got our anvil slowly upgrading things. So that helps max out our weapon levels as well. Explosive turret, I think, we've got a decent amount of just, like, bonus engineering, but explosive turret, I think, is just a good item to get overall. It just helps with wave clear even pretty late into the waves. If you go into really deep endless runs, it will eventually fall off, but you just make a lot of extra money from having the explosive turret, especially when you have pierce and bounce and explosion size and stuff, which we do. Killing this tree, and I would love to get a third hunting trophy. Hunting trophy is probably the most important item for endless runs, even more important than tardigrade to get early. So the fact that we've got 2 will help us out. Take this and buy this. We'll take a coupon, and we'll take a sword and roll. I'm going to pick up the sad tomato. We don't really care about starting at half health, and this it gets a unique out of the pool. Take a butterfly. And another butterfly and a cyclops worm, and we will re-roll here. Really looking for sort of more interesting weapons. We've got a lot of weapons that are kind of like low tier, and I'd like to fill out our 24 weapons with weapons that are all either giving us unique tags or are exciting in and of themselves. I'll take this and the alien magic or the metal. I'll take the metal, but not the alien magic. This is just 3 regen for us. We don't really need that. A sniper gun. This is a weapon that's exciting in and of itself, so we'll definitely pick that one up. That's probably going to be like most of our damage once we grab it, the sniper gun, because when you get extra bounces and extra pierce on that and start increasing your range, the bonus projectiles from it scale incredibly. So for a lot of endless mode runs, I find that sniper gun is one that is a weapon that you'll switch to, even if you weren't really spec'd into it from the beginning, because you can get the stats you need for it just kind of randomly, and it's such a powerful weapon for wave clear by default. We've got 1 gecko and a couple alien tongues, but still leaving some materials on the ground, because everything's bouncing all over the place. So a Sif's Relic and more geckos, of course, would be great. Sif's Relic or more geckos, but we'll probably just buy both to remove them from the shop pool. 1,400 materials that wave. I'm going to start building ranged damage over melee damage, because I think that's what will do the most for us. And then here, I'd like to max my crit chance. If we can get to 100%, that'll help a lot. Take the sniper gun. Mushroom, I don't think we really need anymore. Lifesteal is going to be most of our healing, because we just have so many weapons. Here's a rocket launcher. Another weapon that we don't need in terms of more weapon tags, but it gives us 2 solid weapon tags, and we can replace some of the weaker weapons, now that we have higher tier weapons, like rocket launcher. Do more piercing, sure, why not? And we can, yeah, we've only got a purple ghost flint, so let's get that red if we can. We have 10 engineering, so the nail is going to scale our damage on everything a ton. So pretty happy to pick that one up. And we'll take the glass cannon and the pruner as well. And you know what? Let's just keep buying scars. We'll just continuously boost our XP gain. And we'll go to endless mode. I saw myself spawning at half health there and thought, oh no, I've fought a weird ghost. I'm a fool, but it was because I had the sad tomato, which was also totally fine. I love this wild collection of 24 different weapons that we've got. That's kind of what I was hoping would be the outcome of this run, was just getting the wackiest weapon combinations possible. And as you can see, we've got a rocket launcher, a sniper rifle, a pistol, a screwdriver, a torch, a fist. We've really got a little bit of everything going on. I want to start pruning down some of the melee weapons and replacing them with ranged weapons, because in deeper endless mode runs, obviously our melee weapons start to fall off, because we just kill everything with our ranged weapons before they get to us, and we will just get one shot by elites, so we want ranged weapons so that we don't have to go near enough to them for that to happen, especially because we haven't found a tardigrade yet, and we're still hoping for our legendary weapons to show up at some point. These 90-second waves are really long. Yeah, sure, more XP gain, why not? We'll take the diploma. It also scales the damage on all our weapons, although I will descale the damage on all our weapons by taking the wolf helmet. I think that's just too good to pass up on. And now we start to get stats. We get a level 25 level up, and it's just a normal level up. For some reason, I thought this would use the normal level 25 scaling and give you a guaranteed level 4, but I guess not. I guess it starts right at the beginning. I haven't actually leveled a baby up to level 25 yet. I'll take the garden, and we'll take a snowball, because we can continuously snowball that, and it's another unique. Cyberball's a bunch of damage for the late game. Slingshot's a pretty good weapon. I could take that and sell out of one of my other primitive weapons. Like, I could sell out of the Cacti Club here. But I'm not going to do that when it's just a level 1 slingshot. If we find higher level ones, then I might. Plasma Sledge is a weapon I'm consistently disappointed by, but we're going to buy it again just because it's cool. It's a big level 4 Plasma Sledge, and I just think that's kind of awesome. More damage, and then we will reroll. Definitely want a little more lifesteal, because healing is somewhat of a concern for us. And a little more armor so we don't get one shot. Again, we'd prefer to find tardigrades, but in the absence of those, we're going to pick up a little bit of defensive stats, just to make sure that we can survive while we hunt for Excalibur or something. So you can see from how AFK all my weapons on the left side of the character were that entire fight, that we want to start replacing our melee weapons with ranged weapons if possible. This Plasma Sledge is not going to do anything for us. I just bought it because the weapon's so cool. But of course, because it's melee ranged, most enemies are just going to die before they get into range of the sledge. I should probably swap my wrench or my screwdriver for a wrench as well, because an explosive turret could be relevant, but the landmines basically aren't. So if we want the tool weapon tag, which of course we do, oh nice, that'll help a lot as well, then we should probably just get a leveled up wrench. I'm going to take 4 ranged damage to start continuing, or just continue to boost my damage. We'll buy both of these and roll. Silver bullet, of course, very welcome. But the alien eyes are not going to do that much. Wait, actually, these scale with... I do 85 plus 50% of my health damage, so... I think they are scaling off of my uncapped max HP. Right. That's how most of those items work. I always forget that. And then... I will lose 4 luck to gain more XP gain, because the levels give us stats now. Another incendiary turret sounds kind of fun. Fried rice is a unique, and also a bunch of regeneration, so let's buy that, and we'll lock this coffee. The regen from the fried rice will be showing up a lot, especially because we have these incendiary turrets, which can set a bunch of enemies on fire. Really liking how the alien eyes are just covering the map in eye projectiles. Excuse me. Drinking a little water there, and then get to the next elite. Really, what we want is to boost our luck as much as possible, so that we can hopefully roll into a level 4 legendary weapon. And also, of course, we want to just replace our kind of weaker weapons with stronger weapons as quickly as we can. Here I'm going to... I could just take 30 range. Yeah, let's just do that. Range is actually quite good for this character now, because in endless mode you'd want to stay away from the elites, which will just one-shot you. So you want to start buying range when you go into endless mode. I'm going to buy the slingshot as well. This is a primitive weapon. It'll let us ditch our cacti club. And it's a ranged primitive weapon, so we can get that tag from something that will do relevant damage. Elemental and heavy on the flamethrower, as well as a ton of lifesteal, is kind of tempting. So we could ditch, like, the torch, which is presumably doing nothing at this point. Yeah, let's give that a shot. We'll buy the flamethrower, we'll take the sunglasses. Roll again. Roll again. I will take a scar and a peacock, because why not? Decomposing flesh for a bunch of extra lifesteal. I don't think it really matters either way whether we buy that or not, so let's just not. I do need to remember that the enemies this wave have the peacock buff, so they will just obliterate me. And you can see that because we're in endless mode, we've got the lamprey spawn, but we're used to that from the Abyss map from the DLC now, so we can deal with lampreys even better than we could before, having gone away and trained in the hyper-gravitational chamber at the bottom of the ocean. Makes sense. High-pressure chamber. Yeah, you know what? Let's take some knockback. I'm curious how this plays out if we get a lot of knockback, which I don't think we will, but I'm just gonna buy knockback just in case we get tons, because I am interested to see how that would work out. Definitely just gonna take the speed here, because my movement speed is quite low. We will take a black belt and a mammoth. I think we can actually pass on that. Our melee damage just isn't that important anymore, so I don't want to lose the other stats that we would lose from the mammoth. I'll take the plastic explosive, though, and the riposte I will take because we do have 60 dodge, so we can use that to deal a little extra damage. I did say I wanted knockback, but I also want range and attack speed, so we'll take that. Okay, here's not a legendary weapon, but a really awesome weapon, the particle accelerator. This is a heavy elemental weapon. Let's sell out of the fist. We've got claw for unarmed, and I think claw is better than fist for us. I probably should swap to hand at some point and sell out of the pruner as well, because then we can get unarmed and support both in one. I could also do taser, actually, because that gets me elemental and support, and is a ranged weapon, so it could be relevant. But obviously we want the particle accelerator for just all of the coolest weapons in one place. We do not want the ball and chain, because that's going to hurt our weapons too badly. I will lock this particle accelerator and buy the recycling machine and the dynamite, and we'll just pass on this peacock. No, we'll lock it. We can just keep leveling up. Try to get to maximum levels as well. So I want to stay pretty far away from these elites. We've got the particle accelerator that can help me kill them. It does feel kind of good to be fighting the elite where I know the patterns just backwards and forwards, so it's just very, very easy to dodge these elites' attacks because I've done it so many times, as opposed to the new DLC elites where I'm still learning the patterns. one thing that I've been trying to decide is whether it would be worth it to update my class guides to the old classes. Because I'm gonna do class guides to the new DLC classes, but obviously the class guides that I did for the Brotato classes were some of the first videos I did on this game. In fact, like the Knight class guide was the first video I did on this game, and needless to say, I've learned a ton about the game in the year and a half since I posted that video, so there's definitely some stuff in there that I would do differently, or that's like bad information, either things that are just incorrect, or just strategies that I would no longer recommend a year and a half on. But I don't know if it's really worth it, because the strategies in those videos are still fine. You'll still get the wins if you use them, and this game is starting to get a little older, so I don't know how many people are still looking for just basic class guides to things. So I guess if that's something that interests you, if you're still looking to get Danger 5 wins on some characters, let me know. Or if you think that that's something that, like, people you know would find useful, then I'd appreciate you letting me know. And of course, also, if you just wouldn't bother to watch a basic class guide to, like, you know, the one-armed or whatever, even if it was updated from the old one in which I bought Triangle of Power and Bloody Hand at the same time, then that would be useful for me to know as well. So chime in the comments below. Really hoping to find a legendary weapon. We found some pretty cool stuff already. These big groups of lampreys we're able to kill pretty easily. I did lose my tardigrade health already. I do think that we will, with only 90 HP, we will get one-shot by the bosses on wave 30, I'm pretty sure. We also don't have a lot of armor or anything like that, so I think we are at the point in the game where we are just going to get one-tapped if I tank a hit, which I will attempt not to do. Reroll here. I was looking for luck, but I'll take percent damage. Our percent damage is actually quite poor. Oh, I didn't have the tardigrade yet. So we didn't take a hit yet, but we are at the point where tanking a hit will be pretty dangerous. Take the wolf helmet, because we are again looking for legendary weapons. So let's get some of those to show up in the shop. Okay, we got it. Alright, I guess ask and ye shall receive. We got a Gatling laser, my favorite of the legendary weapons as well, because it has just such a cool effect and so much, it fires so fast. So that's obviously awesome. We'll take the helmet and the bat here, take our free reroll and a duct tape just to give us a little bit more armor. And then we're going to lose 100 HP when we pick up the Gatling laser, so it's really great that we found the tardigrade, because it turns out that the legendary weapon tag actually isn't one that you want to maximize. But we are too brave to listen to conventional wisdom, and are going to strike out boldly for the new horizon of having 1 HP. One thing that I want to try is, I think there are fewer than 72 total weapons in the game. So if you played Baby, 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 would that give you 72 weapon slots? The weapon slot characters with the GMO mod are coded a little bit weirdly. So I don't know if you actually get 2 weapon slots when you level up when you play the baby, and I don't know if it's possible, like if the game's UI can handle having more than 24 weapons, but I'd be very curious to find out, so I may try that at some point. We don't really need the luck anymore, but I guess I'll just take it anyways, and hey, it's our 3rd bag, wave 27, not bad. So we'll take this, and then what do we want to sell? We can sell Chopper. It does give us 2 HP from consumables, but otherwise is useless. We've got Blade from Circular Saw and the Sword. So yeah, we don't really need either. We don't really need Chopper at all, so let's go ahead and recycle that. Buy the Gatling laser. And wait, we only lose 80 HP? No, we should be losing 100. I guess I just was at like 120. Just from having found some extra random HP lying around. So we're down to 20 HP. I still don't really want to cap my speed, so let's roll another tardigrade. This is an incredible endless run, by the way. We have all these hunting trophies that we got quite early. We got 2 hunting trophies early, and we have double tardigrade already. So if we wanted to continue into a deeper endless mode run, this would be an awesome amount of luck to have gotten. Estes Couch we definitely don't want. I do not like this weapon at all. Medical and Precise we want to pass on. We're going to take the Lure here, though. Power Fist. I guess this is unarmed and explosive. We currently have unarmed and Precise in the Claw, but we've got Precise from, like, our sniper gun. So we could take Power Fist maybe over Claw as our unarmed weapon, and then I guess we don't really need to, though, because our explosive weapons we actually like. We've got the rocket launcher and the fireball, both of which are fine. Take the Strange Book here, though, of course, because that's going to give us a ton of engineering. And then roll another Celery Tea, definitely, and a Clockwork Wasp, also awesome. I'm curious about our weapon damage as well. Let's see what's doing the most. The medical gun actually doing 11k. It's on par with the Shuriken, despite being level 3. That's kind of wild. The pistol doing 15k. The minigun, of course, wildly overperforming everything else. Oh, that's the pistol again. Plasma Sledge, disappointing as always, but it's mixed in with a bunch of ranged weapons, so of course it is. The laser gun doing great. Flamethrower is doing burning damage, so we don't really get to see what it does. 43k on the rocket launcher. 22 on the particle accelerator. Only 19 on the sniper gun. So actually, our best performer is the minigun. And yeah, that's the minigun and the rocket launcher, which is not surprising, but pretty interesting. Now we've got the Gatling laser, which will probably take over. Alright, can we get another legendary weapon? This is what I'm dreaming about. Because the second one won't decrease our HP or anything like that. Two tardigrade. That is lucky. For an endless mode run, especially for one where I capped my HP really low. Of course, if you were planning to take this to like really deep endless mode, you would not have capped your HP this early. You would still end up doing it eventually just to pull the unique out of the pool. But it's not good to do it early while you can still like tank through enemy hits with HP. Even at around wave 30 with this much HP, we'll die in one shot. But if you had like 200-300, then you can continue to tank. And by that point, your healing will be so good that you'll gain a lot of extra effective health by virtue of just not dying in a single hit. We will definitely grab the Lure. Retrimation's Hoodie, of course. That's a ton of attack speed. We're very happy to grab that. Roll here. I will take 24 HP off the Jelly. That's a lot of max HP. You know what? Let's go for it. It just gets us to 41, and I think it's kind of cool that we get that. We'll take the level 4 Slingshot for our primitive weapon and roll. Take a Coupon and a Scar. Might as well level up our Screwdriver to maximum. Don't really need to buy armor, honestly. We didn't really need to buy health either, but I just thought it was cool that we got a full 24 HP Jelly. I bet most of you have never seen that before. I certainly have not. Got the dodge there, so we actually maintained our tardigrade. Lost our first layer, but killed the elites there. Our damage is not quite as high as I would have thought, because we are spread out over a very odd group of stats. and so we haven't increased like the base damage of our weapons that much. And we haven't gotten a lot of the usual culprits for big damage in endless mode, like Baby with a Beard, Baby Elephant, and Cyberball. I think we have one Cyberball, but you often end up with more, and that ends up being a big chunk of your damage. And of course, this character has reduced luck gain as well, so we won't be able to use that strategy that much. So our luck is very good, but it is true that our damage is a little lower than you'd expect. Our luck, our fortune in this run, not our luck stat, but our actual real-life luck, is very good in terms of what items we found, but our damage isn't quite as high as you might expect at this point in the game. I will level the circular saw. Oh no, the anvil hit the circular saw, so we can't level it. That's funny. And so I guess locking it there was bad, but that's okay. Take the metal detector, take the incendiary turret, and we'll reroll. Icicle, probably a good weapon to have in the late game here as well. Sif's Relic, obviously we're going to take. Pulls a unique out of the pool and pulls all the items towards us, and then we'll take a peacock as well. Medical turret, we are never going to take damage that doesn't instantly kill us, so we don't need that. And alien tongue we no longer need at all because we have Sif's Relic. I'll definitely take the Pocket Factory, though. That's just a fun item. And, again, pulls a unique out of the pool for us. I'd love to find, like, an Obliterator or something that can just help us flatten elite. That's the sort of weapon that we really are interested in. But of course the Gatling laser is going to do a big chunk of damage to them. If we could get a chain gun, second Gatling laser, anything along those lines, that would be awesome as well. Sharp bullet. This is the sort of thing where if we were going too much longer, if we were going a long way longer, you would buy this because it just pulls a unique out of your shop pool, so you find the items you actually are looking for more easily. As is, I'm going to pass on it because we're going to stop after wave 30. This video is already over an hour, but I did want to mention that if you were planning to go for a much longer run, then you would hang on to the sharp bullet just to pull it out of your pool, and then buy enough pumpkins to overcome the downside. I'm gonna roll here. Torture, a unique that you will probably not buy. In the very, very late game, you can buy this to pull it out of your pool when healing no longer matters at all. But for us, we're just going to skip it. We'll roll here. Sure, I'll take a tree. We'll roll exoskeleton. Why not? Take this. It's a limited item, so again, pulling things out of the pool. Can do all of this stuff. And yeah, we can max out tentacles. That's kind of fun. We didn't find another legendary weapon, and we didn't quite manage to get to 24 level 4 weapons. We're just this one pruner short. But we are overall, this is a pretty stacked inventory. Also, the Gatling laser dealt 130,000 damage in this last wave, which of course is ridiculous. Alright, let's see if we can kill the bosses before they get through our 2 tardigrades. Signs point to yes, or 3 bosses, excuse me. And there we go. We have defeated the wave 30 bosses and elite, and maxed out on weapon synergies. I'm really happy we found a legendary weapon. I was honestly sort of resigning myself to playing 30 levels of this run and just never finding one and being like, well, guys, we tried. We got to 14. I know it's disappointing, but that's how the shops are sometimes. But in this case, the shops were very kind to me in this run, and we got exactly the items we were looking for, and managed to build a truly absurd inventory as a result. I'm gonna finish this wave so we can go to wave 31, and in the wave 31 shop, we're gonna end up with the all level 4 weapons. So we have 24 level 4 weapons. Our stats from weapon tags are just absurd. We're getting HP, damage, crit chance, dodge, HP and armor, HP and dodge, range, melee damage, lifesteal, and etc., etc. So we just get a ton of stats from having every single weapon tag, and that makes our actual stats page quite ridiculous overall. Alright, my friends, I hope that you enjoyed this wacky run where we maximized weapon tags. It was a blast to play, and I do recommend this run. It was really fun. If you did enjoy it, of course, feel free to leave a comment and hit like. Helps me out a ton with the algorithm, so I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And of course, you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato and other strategy game analysis. We'll be back as soon as the DLC launches with more DLC stuff, and I might check out another game or two in between, or just post more GMO stuff because I'm really having fun with this mod. Alright, cheers my friends. I'll catch you next time.